Hi, Blair here with MXM, and last 5 videos were about kind of 5 key areas that we're seeing since people have come back into gyms, as gyms have really kind of reinvented themselves around the mandates and around safety for their members. I went through those 5 areas where we're saying there's just a huge amount of the word love show up. I love how much space I have. I love the fresh air. I love the outdoors. I love the virtual blended in with how I can use my schedule. I love being able to make a reservation for those classes that have limited space. There is one other area, and then what we're talking about is, okay, so what do we do with that? You gain insight, you take action. You look at each of those things and say, how can I build this in to my operations? From, let's start with fresh air, from maybe branding your places as having, fresh air indoors. Maybe there's a way to measure how fresh the air is indoors. Maybe you can use that in your marketing. Maybe there's ways to push that message out and make it more clear throughout your club. There is one club we noticed that has fresh air classes that they do. They do those outdoors. Love that idea. So that's just in talking about fresh air, and more people get their minds around this stuff, the more ways you'll be able to innovate. So those are the 5 areas I've been talking about, areas to innovate. There's a 6th one. As I was digging through yesterday, there's another huge area of love, and that's around staff friendliness. And people have always, I get this, right? People have always loved it when staff is really friendly. There seems to be a different level. I don't know if it's because, as operators, we're all kind of scared coming back in and saying, are we going to get our members back? And perhaps your staff gets shaved down to just the very best that really understand the purpose of your organization. But there is just a huge amount of gratitude and seeing the word gratitude, seeing the word gracious, seeing the word grateful from the members of how friendly and helpful staff are at a different height. It's almost like we're taking it more seriously than ever before. How would you innovate around friendliness? Well, one is that you have to measure it. You have to understand your friendliness touch points and if they're firing on all cylinders. And then the way you innovate around it is in your training, in your development, in your position descriptions that your employees have, and whether they're held to a standard, whether you're benchmarking against other companies out in the industry. But all of this is not to just sit there and look at it and say, oh, that's interesting, right? Yeah, it sure as hell is interesting. And how do we take all those and weave it into an unbeatable model of differentiation? We're going to dig deep into these in a few presentations that we're putting together right now. That's it for now. Hope your reopening is going well. As I sit here this morning, we're going on 6 months of closure in these 5 counties in central Washington that seem to be maybe the last ones to open in the country, but we're learning a lot from all of you. So appreciate that. We're going to learn from you and recycle it back out to you all we can. Thanks.